All the disrespect before you play back, button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day. Friday is here. The weekend is here, I should say. We done made it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got some hot buttons, chapters. I think I already said that, but check this out real quick. The second channel, the one with me and Dirty Low, is officially here. Bogus Journeys is alive, but there's something to that because we're still filming behind the scenes, but we already have content. And that channel is damn near ready, y'all. So I'm gonna make the official announcement probably tomorrow, which is, I believe, what, Saturday. Sunday, the very latest, but I'm aiming for tomorrow because by then we should have 2 whole videos done. So we wanna just launch the channel with at least 2 or 3 videos done. So either way, this weekend, the second channel announcement and official link. I'm not gonna put it on this video because it's not there yet. I don't want you guys to get there too early, but I appreciate any love, y'all, any subscriptions, because we're starting from 0 viewers, or I should say 0 subs and 0 monetization. Nothing, absolute nothing on that channel. But that channel is gonna be split between me and Dirty Low, 50-50. So I appreciate the massive love. Without further ado, let's get some buttons. Let's go. All right, first up for that FGC reacting to Street Fighter 6 possibly being a 10-year game. On top of that, we got the president of Capcom talking about pay-per-view wasn't the mistake, it was the location. Buttons that need to be checked. There is a lot here, and a lot of it, I think all of it actually, just popped off yesterday. So none other, believe it or not, than Moonsault Slayer. I saw, for me personally, first leaked this information on X, and then everybody started quote retweeting, making videos. I think I saw Brian F make a video, which we'll get a clip of that in a second. But anyway, he posted this right here saying, producer of Street Fighter 6, Masamoto says Street Fighter 6 will have a 10-year life cycle, and the next game isn't coming, or the next game isn't being considered right now. And then the quotes right here, I personally want Street Fighter 6 to be running and operating for as long as possible. When we initially kicked off the project, our internal goal was to hit that 10-year life cycle, but that's why we're working so hard to improve the quality of the game and to make sure the characters we introduce are attractive and appealing. And the question regarding Street Fighter 7, that's not something that we're really thinking about right now. We're seeing a lot of new players coming into the game right now, and we want to continue catering to that particular audience. So Street Fighter 6 and maintaining its longevity is the main focus. Basically, they're talking about if it's not broke, don't fix it. Doesn't that sound like what they're really talking about? And then he posted the source down below. There's a couple different articles that were actually written about this at the moment. Let's go to the quote retweets though. I see Broski right here adding, talking about, I'm fine with the game having a long life if there is indeed big long-term plans for it. But in the last 2 weeks, we've been told World Tour is winding down and Season 4 will have 0 new stages. Like, what's the plan here? And then you got Street Fighter 6 devs threatened to keep working on the game. What else we got? 10 years of whiff buffer throw looping. 10 year of throw loops from Just a Kid. You see where this is going, right? And this makes me so happy to read. That means we might have 7 more years with this game and the roster is gonna be huge at the end probably. Okay, that's glass half full, right? Talking about maybe the roster is going to be hella huge and we get some more of this game. But that's why we're working so hard to improve the quality of the game. Feels disingenuous when the game hasn't changed since launch in any meaningful way besides annihilating Luke. Then you got Bolt Strike right here talking about, I'm cool with this game having a long lifespan, but we will need some new toys, such as new mechanics and additional moves. Toning down slop is essential. I'm looking at you, my OD fan, etc. New stages, costumes, and FT3 pulls on the CPT circuit, and we got ourselves a game. And then wrapping it up with Chris F right here talking about amazing news for everybody who enjoys this game. I like how he pointed out, for everybody who enjoys this game, can't wait to see what they do from here. Now going on from here, I see Brian F made a video just like yesterday. Here's a small clip, check this out.
Games like Street Fighter and other fighting game titles sell over time. That kind of was a detail I had missed for a while, that the sales over time post-launch are actually extremely significant, and the longevity of the multiplayer game platform itself does matter a lot. So Street Fighter 6 is so far ahead of Street Fighter 5, it's gonna blow it out of the fucking water. Street Fighter 7, it seems, is not coming anytime soon. I personally want Street Fighter 6 to be running and operating for as long as possible, Matsumoto told IGN. When we initially kicked off the project, our internal goal was to hit that 10-year life cycle. But that's where working so hard to improve the quality of the game and to make sure that the characters were introduced and are attractive and appealing. And the question regarding Street Fighter 7, that's not something we're really thinking about right now. We're seeing a lot of new players coming into the game right now, and we want to continue catering to that particular audience. New players they want to cater to. So Street Fighter 6 and maintaining its longevity is the main focus. 10 freaking years. That's interesting, comparing the life cycles of Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 4 released in arcades in 2008, and Street Fighter 5 released in 2016, but the home console version was 2009. So Street Fighter 4 rather, was like 7 to 8 years, depending on how you look at it. Whereas Street Fighter 5 was 2016 to 2023, and that was also like 7 to 8 years that it was the main title. But for Street Fighter 6, they're going for 10 fucking years, man. Which implies they want this to be more of a platform. If anything, the issue is how do you tweak those systems without collapsing the house of cards? Because it feels like the game is very finished as is. I personally would just like tweaks to the mechanics and tweaks to the data of what we have. Just change the balancing of things. Like, that would be enjoyable enough to me. I don't need a new mechanic. The things that I would want, obviously, are like things to tone down raw, drive, rush, and neutral, and things to like just get rid of throw loops. Like those two things alone would do so much for me. An air dash would be nice. That's just a different game, man. Okay, so what did we learn from this article? That they know that Yasmin was a success. Sounds like no World Tour updates at all. That seems a bit of a more definitive stance that World Tour will not be getting new content, not even an exception for Tifa.
So there it is, man. Like I said, they're so excited about the new generation of players, the growth of this game, and they want to milk this damn cow till it is bone dry. They're focusing on that. Let's do it for 10. We've been going for 7, 8 on the previous ones. Let's go for 10, which is good. It's just the current state of the game is like, I don't know, a big question mark. And that's weird to say with the sales going through the roof, right? But you got two sides, right? You got the newer generation, the Japan crowd, and pay-per-view and all that stuff that they're finding exciting. And then you got like more of the OG head, the old, not even old heads, just like FGC. You know what I'm saying? Like the dedicated core group, right? Especially in the FGC where they're like, yo, shake it up. Even the pros are saying this, like, shake it up. We want something else. Like, why not add a new mechanic or take something away to make the game feel different? But it honestly looks like, especially after this, it's not happening anytime soon. But going back to it's not broke, don't fix it, it depends who you're asking, right? Because to a lot of us, you might be like, it is broke, fix the shit, you know what I'm saying? At least throw loops or something. But they're looking at them sales, talking about, nah, it's not broke. But to get even deeper, we got the president of Capcom right here making a statement talking about the pay-per-view necessarily wasn't a mistake. It was the location, it was a time difference, and also asking the devs to stop sexualizing characters. Am I reading this right? Look, HiFight. HiFight, y'all know HiFight. We rock with some HiFight. His information down below. He posted this saying right here, Capcom President, Street Fighter 6 / esports part, esports shouldn't be treated as merely a marketing tool for selling games. As long as the game itself is selling, it's okay for tournaments to operate at a loss, he thinks, that prevents esports from growing further. Okay, continuing on to this, he said he thinks Japan's success comes from its players, which continues to produce new star players. His next goal is to strengthen player development in the US. Now that we can hold events, I guess at the big center, I guess they're talking about Capcom Cup, I'd like to hold an event at Madison Square Garden someday. Madison Square Garden. He continues on saying Capcom experimented with PPV for Cap Cup 12 and Street Fighter League finals. Sales were strong in Japan, but weaker overseas. He cited time zone differences. Time zone differences were the reason for the sales being so low over here or everywhere else but Japan, right? Then he said time zone differences as a major reason and said it reinforced the importance of holding events in US-friendly time slots to grow global viewership. Then wrapping it up right here, he said during development, he requested, please avoid sexualized portrayals for new characters. Street Fighter didn't need excessive fan service and fans would accept characters naturally aging. Focusing on making a game fit for esports helped Street Fighter 6 reach a much wider audience. Damn. Isn't this a mouthful? First of all, he's talking about pay-per-view. He's talking about time zone friendly, I guess, areas or broadcasts are important. Reinforce, right, the importance of holding events in US-friendly time slots to grow the global viewership. Out of all the huff and puff, right, out of all the pushback that everybody damn near protesting, talk about this is bullshit, we're not watching, all this stuff. From what you got from that was time zone? Oh, well, the reason why they're so mad is because it's too late. It's too late. They're grumpy. They're grumpy because they're up here at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. They're grumpy. If they had a good night's sleep, they would pay the $10. They would pay the $15. They would pay. They're just got the, they got the bags. They got the bags under their eyes. What the hell are we talking about? You could make it time zone friendly. That would be great. And let's be real. Come on. Can we be real at the end of the day? That would help their sales because if more people see it not as a hassle to be watching it at 1, 2, to 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever, you would get more sales. But it's not going to be, I would think, because of all the blowback, it's not going to be anything significant. This also tells us that they're not going away from pay-per-view anytime soon, if we're to believe this article, right? And then this was real interesting when it said he requested, please avoid sexualized portrayals for new characters. Street Fighter doesn't need excessive fan service, and fans would accept characters naturally aging. How are we feeling about that? Now, for one, you could say it's a video game. Why do our characters have to age? I get it, like there's different versions of the characters and that's all good. We go, oh, this is like older Ryu or mature. I get all that stuff and you can still make them look cool as hell. I get it. But why? There could be cooler versions of them, different vibes, different looks all together, maybe give them a new move or whatever, but to be like, oh, they have to get older because we're all getting older. It's a fucking video game. Like, at the end of the day, why do they have to? That's my take. Now, like I said, once again, if they do, they do, as long as you make them look cool. But is that really necessary when we're rocking this? You know what I'm saying? When we're playing some fucking pixels on the screen. That's what I'm saying. We don't need excessive fan service, and fans would accept the characters naturally. What is we don't need excessive fan service? We don't need, to give the fans what they really want. We don't need to excessively make them excited. Like, what I don't understand what we're talking about. Over-sexualize, avoid, no, it's not even saying over-sexualize. It's saying avoid sexualized portrayals, period. I don't know. Okay. Is he really saying now that, no, we're esports and we're here, and because we got a newer generation, a younger generation, guess what? We don't need all that, and Street Fighter 6 is kind of proving that we don't need all that, because look at this growth over here in this new generation. So you know what? Let's stop with the excessive fan service. Excessive fan service. Man, this just gives me esports is here. This just gives me esports, don't it? Esports is here to stay. That's what it gives me. And we knew that, right? Obviously, the bubble might pop and all that other stuff, but I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about for now. They are full throttle in this direction. And it looks like the Street Fighter, or the way things have have been done in the past, that thing is slowly going out the window. And we're just here, what do they say? Get in, get out, or get ran over, something like that, right? It looks like that's the way of the machine right now. Now, on one hand, I remember when Street Fighter 4 was out, and I remember thinking I wasn't ready for 5. A lot of pros were even saying that, right? We wanted Street Fighter 4 to keep going because it was a magic time. We wanted some changes and some characters gone or added or whatever, but we would have been fine rocking with it. 5 came out, a lot of people were super excited. You know how that story went, right? So I get all that. 6 came out, and here's the thing. I like 6, I do, and I think 6 is a great variation of 4 and 5. But I also see why everybody's talking about the stagnant lackluster, certain mechanics need to be changed, worried about certain DLCs. I get all that. And if they're rocking it for 10 years, I don't know. I think more so on my side, if we make all these sacrifices to the esports guys at the end of the day, what really happens to the community as a whole? Here's the thing. I honestly think it doesn't change too much just because the pros are always going to be pros as long as that money is there. As long as the circuit is paying as well as it is now, and trust me, I know there can be changes and tweaks and better distribution in the prize pools and stuff like that, but they're getting more money is what I should say. There's more opportunities to earn that million and whatnot. As long as it's going that way, the circuit's not going to stop. Hell, what are they talking about? Freaking 9 Evos next year, something like that? It's just going to grow. Pros are going to continue to be pros. That's the way of the world, right? Now, as far as the community though, and all of us, like the rest of us just being fans or casuals or those attempting to be pros, yeah, you might be bummed out, but it's like you're just going to keep going and growing. Maybe you start playing other games too that comes out, but I don't see anybody just totally just walking away. Maybe people from my time, timeline, my generation that have been here for a minute, those that have been here beyond me, maybe they start walking away. Maybe they start being like, yeah, it's not as interesting as I remember. I kept hoping for it to turn the corner, but you know what? I think I'm out. But I get that, and I guess that's with anything, at the end of the day. But looks like esports is definitely in full effect. I'm rooting for it, but damn, it's a lot, right? How you feeling? Let me know. And definitely this Butt Check family, definitely let me know how you are feeling. Appreciate the massive love. Like I said, it is Friday. I'm going to make the announcement and share the link with you for the new channel by tomorrow, Sunday, the latest. I will do it on an episode of Button Check, and I will do it on the community page. I hope you guys enjoy it. You've been wanting me to talk about that Roofamonger thing with Mike Hollow and Virtual Fighter. We talking about all that. So either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you soon. And as always, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.